So you all saw the trailer for Marvel's Rivals that dropped today, right? Cool, because I'm going to talk about it. Honestly, it looks like such a fun game for a Marvel game. Trust me, I have been scorned in the past when it comes to Marvel games, but this one looks genuinely fun. It looks like it has a kind of like Overwatch aesthetic, but it's also not really Overwatch. For example, one thing I noticed is that the art design is a little different than Overwatch's. And also another thing as well that I noticed is that there are team-ups, and also by the looks of it, there is destructible environments in the game, which is all around fucking cool. As soon as I heard about the game, I thought, you know what, I'm gonna be maining Spider-Man or Iron Man throughout the game. Yeah, then I saw gameplay for Magic and Doctor Strange. Don't worry, Spider-Man's still probably gonna be my main, but those two are definitely runner-ups. I'm personally excited for it. What do you guys think? Put it down in the comments below. Okay, so I've been playing Marvel Rivals for the past week, and long story short, God, is it good! It is so much fun, and honestly, my friends and I have not really played any other game other than that. But while I was playing, even though I did love how there were so many characters, there's one thing I noticed. When it comes to the DPS or duelist characters, there are a fuck ton. But then when it comes to the vanguards or the tanks and the strategists or the healers, they have nothing. So I wanted to kind of make a video going over all the characters I would like to see going forward to be in those kind of slots. And if you guys want to see one on duelists that I would like to see, just, I guess, comments and like, I guess. I don't fucking know. Okay, first one I want to see is Red Hulk. My main reasons why is because one, Captain America Brave New World is coming out in a few months, and also secondly, I mean, come on. Now, when it comes to how he would be played, I would kind of see him be played kind of like how Hulk is right now, but instead of like the ultimate pretty much turning into Hulk, I would rather it be just him being Red Hulk and his ultimate just like increases his damage. Kind of like almost like a Hulk rage, I guess you could say. Second one I would want to see as a tank would be Colossus. Colossus is a character I don't see really get enough love outside of the comics other than in the Deadpool movies. But I think he could be a really cool character to have as a tank. Now, when it comes to what his ult would be, I'm not entirely sure. But I just think it would be cool to have him be in the game, personally. And hell, they can make something up for his ultimate. I mean, when it comes to Winter Soldier, when they do shit with his arm, that wasn't in the comics. Third one I'd want to see as a tank is Thanos. Because I mean, everyone wants to see Thanos in this game. Like, I'm not really sure if it's really a hot take to say that he is one of the more anticipated characters to eventually come into the game. But I still think it'd be cool to have him in, and if I were to have his ult be anything, I think I would have it kind of be like what Scarlet Witch's is, where he snaps and everyone that's in the proximity of like a certain range turns to dust. I don't know why, I just think that'd be cool to see in the game. When it comes to the final tank I want to see, because I think I said Thanos was my final one, but I was wrong, it's Drax. Because then we can be a little closer to having the entire Guardians in the game. The only two that'd be left are Gamora and Nebula, but those I think would be more duelist characters. And while Drax can be considered a duelist, I think he's also more of a tank. And I mean, he can have like an ult called like Drax the Destroyer and just have his blades out and he just deals massive damage to anybody that he runs into. I think that's it for all the tanks I want to see, but I have more people I want to see either be a duelist and a strategist. So stay tuned for a part 2 to this. I might do duelists next, I think. But yeah, I think that's about it. Okay, so I did a video like this a few days ago, and I kind of wanted to do more, so here's a part 2 for characters I want to see in Marvel Rivals. Last time I did Vanguards, this time I'm going to do Duelists. First up, I want to see Carnage. Now, whenever I talk about having Carnage in the game as a duelist to a bunch of my friends, all of them ask like, well, he's bigger than Venom, shouldn't he be a Vanguard? And I'm like... That's not how he looks! There's one thing that Venom Let There Be Carnage did that pissed me off more than anything. It's A, make Carnage bigger than Venom, and B, give him a deep, bassy voice. Don't be wrong, there's a lot about that movie that pisses me off when it comes to how they characterize Carnage, but whatever. But I want to see Carnage be a duelist. I want him to be normal size. I want him to be kind of lanky. And if he had an ultimate, I want it to be something like Maximum Carnage, where he spins around like a fucking Beyblade and starts whipping around the tendrils, and all of them actually be blades at the end. I think that'd be
dope as shit and so Carnage. Come up next, I mean, was there any doubt? When it comes to duelists, other than Carnage, this is one of the most requested characters to be in the game. And I also think it'd be cool if he would actually do dual wielding, and then he can have, like, if he were to have a long-range weapon, kind of like what Moon Knight has, he just whips out a pistol and then just pops a cap in someone's ass. Also, I think it'd be really funny if he actually broke the fourth wall in the game. He would break the fourth wall about it, the game kind of being like Overwatch or talking shit about Overwatch in some way. Would it piss off the Overwatch community and Activision Blizzard? Fuck yeah. But honestly, I could give less of a shit. It's all jokes, it's all fun, and honestly, I think it'd be really cool to have him do that in the game. Third character I want to see. Whew, you know how long I've been waiting for this? Okay, but in all seriousness, I would love to see Gambit be in the game. Because A, we haven't really seen him really be in a game before. Also B, people keep on making a lot of Overwatch / Marvel Rival comparisons, and honestly, this is the only one where I could see it being a ripoff or a copy of one of the Overwatch characters. The only character in the game so far that I think is basically a ripoff of a character is Black Widow and Widowmaker. And if Gambit were in the game, I could already see it kind of being a ripoff of Genji. He can have the move where he can throw multiple cards or just one card and then have his melee weapon be his staff. Like, he could very easily turn into a copycat, but honestly, I don't really care because A, I think this would be more fun, and B, they could differentiate it. Again, the one big thing about him is the fact that his cards can explode. So how about they actually explode on impact, or he can have one of his moves be where he throws multiple at the same time. They all blow up and do massive damage. Or have his ult be him basically pulling a Spider-Man where Spider-Man shoots webs all over the place. Have Gambit be kind of like what he did in the movie where he throws cards at everybody in the nearby vicinity and they all blow up after a couple seconds. Next one I want to see is fucking She-Hulk. She-Hulk, Jennifer Walters, is a fucking badass. Because A, she's like Hulk, but the only difference is the fact that she actually keeps control of herself when she's in her Hulk form, which everyone got pissed off for the reason why she's able to have more control about it in the show, but in the comics it's the exact same reasoning, so fight me. But also because she can break the fourth wall just like Deadpool. If we got Deadpool and her in the game, it would be fucking hilarious. A lot of people thought from the show that basically Deadpool was copied by She-Hulk when it came to breaking the fourth wall, when actually in the comics she was doing it for almost 10 years before Deadpool even showed up onto the scene. And if you were to have an ult, have it be something like what Hulk does, where Hulk like hulks out and everything, but have her just actually turn into like a Hulk monster for however long, like 10-15 seconds, and just have her do like massive damage, like Vanguard levels of damage. That's all I can think about right now. There's definitely a lot more that I can do, so if you guys have any other ones you guys can think about, put it down in the comments. But yeah, stay tuned for the next one where I talk about strategists I want to see in the game.
Now just hold on a second. Come around those pockets, big fuck! I've realized I haven't really done one of these in a while, so I'm going to continue with the series. Here's a part 3 for characters that I want in Marvel Rivals. This time I'm mainly going to focus on strategists now. And honestly, strategists is really hard for me to come up with because there's not really a lot of characters that I could see be strategists other than duelists. But I was able to come up with a couple and let me know what you guys think. First character I want to see as a strategist is Silk. What I'm thinking that she can have something similar to what Peter has already in the game, where you can do the web shots, but instead of them doing damage, have them do health instead. Or have a move where she can splatter a bunch of webs on the ground and it hits everybody on the team and gives them health for like a couple seconds. It sounds kind of similar to what Luna Snow has, but I think it could work for Silk too. Next character I want to see as a strategist is MODOK. And I'm not talking about this bastardization of the fucking character. This guy, I want to see this guy be in the game. Now, personally, I don't know much about MODOK for his power set, but I think that NetEase can come up with something really cool. Mainly because NetEase has done a lot of stuff for a lot of characters that aren't really fitting in the strategist role, but they are able to make them work. Okay, now this is one I've kind of debated with my friends about because they think this character should be a duelist, but I want to see Electro as a strategist. The main reason why I can see him being a strategist is not only because A, we haven't had a lot of villains be strategists other than Loki, but I also think he can fit in the same class that like Cloak and Dagger are in, where they are like a DPS healer. I really think he can fit in the same kind of role that Mercy played in Overwatch, where you can give healing with one button and then you can switch it and then have a power up be given to your allies with another. Kind of fits with Lucio too, but you get my point. You could also give him something similar to what Scarlet Witch has when she comes to like throwing a bursts of magic, but have him shoot bursts of lightning instead. It could be an easy workaround. Now this one I had on my list before it was leaked that he was going to be in the game. But I want to see Professor X as a strategist, and now it's looking like it's gonna happen. But now that we know it's gonna happen, this is gonna be more of like me predicting how his powers can work in the game. First of all, I don't want to see him walking around, I want to see him in the wheelchair. I know for like half of his comic run he has been walking and everything, but to be fair, a lot of people only know him really for the wheelchair. Have him have abilities that not only give healing, but also give them like power-ups or overshield. Honestly, there's not really a limit to what you can do with Professor X. But again, I'm not a game developer, I have no idea how it would work, so I mean, if you guys do have any ideas, let me know in the comments. That's pretty much all I could think about when it comes to strategists. Now, I do have more suggestions for vanguards and duelists than I do strategists, so I'm probably going to drop a part 2 for those if you guys want to see it.
Fuck it, I had more ideas for vanguards I wanted Marvel Rivals, so here's a part 2. First one I want to see is War Machine. I know it's kind of a weird pick to say War Machine considering we already have Punisher and we have Iron Man, but still I think it'd be cool. Next character I want to see is Sandman. Personally, I think Sandman is one of Spider-Man's more like underrated villains, mainly because of a few reasons. A, he is kind of going the same direction Venom is and not being a villain, more like an anti-hero. And also I think his abilities would be a lot of fun to play with. Like imagine if he had something like with what Mr. Fantastic has, where he could swing his arms around with sand and all that, that'd be cool. Or for one of his shield up abilities, have it be something where he can make a wall of sand, or have him turn more sandy so that way hits don't impact him as much, or have him turn more into concrete. Okay, hear me out. When it comes to Spider-Man characters, or basically spider characters in general, all you really think about is duelists and strategists pretty much. And I don't think it'd be a bad idea to have kind of like this version of Miguel be a vanguard. And before the comic fans of Spider-Man 2099 come at me, I know it's not how he is in the comics, but just stick with me. I just think it'd be fun for the game to see him be a vanguard in the game. Last vanguard I thought of that I wanted to see was Luke Cage. Because honestly, out of all the characters I've listed as vanguards, I think he is like the most obvious one. Like he pretty much play like kind of like Captain America does, like almost like a boxer or like a brawler. But also like it takes a lot to damage him. Honestly, I kind of see him play like Venom in this aspect of like being able to shield up and not take much damage and have it cool down real fast. Or have his ultimate be something like with what Hulk has for his final stage, where he just beats the living shit out of someone he targets, but also on top of that, have him not be able to take damage at all during his ultimate. And have it last like maybe 5 seconds, maybe 6 at the most. That's pretty much all I got for vanguards right now. I'm probably going to do another video for duelists, so stay tuned for part 2 for duelists. Oh, and also considering, you know, the state of this app is not confirmed yet, it'd be awesome if you followed me here and on here. Both those are in my bio. Okay, you know what? I think I've waited long enough. Here's a part, whatever, of characters I want to see in Marvel Rivals. This time it's a part 2 for duelists. First character I want to see is Miles fucking Morales. Because outside of the Spider-Verse movies, I want to see him in something more popular because his comics are outdoing the Amazing Run right now. And honestly, a lot more people are gravitating towards his stories than Peter's right now. Which means they can use a lot of the current shit in his books right now to add into the game, like for the fact that he can make a lightning sword now. Like there's so much cool shit that he can do that can make him just not be a Peter reskin. That's something I've been seeing a lot of people say, but he has not the same power set at all. That also goes for the next pick on my list, Spider-Gwen. In general, I think that Spider-Gwen could also be vastly different from Peter, but also I've been kind of like flipping back and forth if I want her to be a duelist or a strategist. Because honestly, I think she's a dope-ass character that can lend a lot to being a duelist, but also on another hand, she would, I think, kind of play more like Peter. Although I will say, her being a duelist or a strategist depends on if it's the regular version of Spider-Gwen, where she doesn't have the symbiote, or the version where she does. And if it's the version she does, I want her to be a duelist. Like, we already have Venom as a Vanguard. Why not have a symbiote for a duelist? Don't get me wrong, I would also love for Peter to be able to have a symbiote variant for the just stick with me on this, okay? Okay, next one I want to see is I want to see Falcon's Captain America, and I have to specify it's Falcon because he's still Captain America. If you don't agree, get the fuck out! But just in general, I think that he can lend a lot to being another flyer as a duelist other than Iron Man. Because Iron Man isn't really versatile in the way he can move, and he's also very slow, and he doesn't ever touch the ground. So not only could he be air-based, but also he can be ground-based, and also he can do things like a Vanguard can. Because I mean, Mr. Fantastic is a duelist, but then again, I see him sometimes get more damage blocked than some of the Vanguards. That goes with Invisible Woman too. I guess it also just leads into the fact that characters, if they're in one class, they can't have traits of another class, and I like that they put that in. Okay, final character I want to see, and I want to see fucking Daredevil! He is a character that could fit perfectly for this game. Have him have some of the same martial arts as Iron Fist with a little bit of Sue Storm's thing where he can throw a billy club and do damage as it goes through, but then when it comes back it does more damage, or if he misses it can come back and still do damage if he actually is in the path of the billy club. And maybe have him swing around like Spider-Man so that way he can traverse a little bit faster. I think that'd be pretty cool too. Alright, that's all I got, so stay tuned for a part 2 when it comes to more strategists.
Okay, I think this might be the last part. If I do end up making another part down the line, it's just gonna be just a runoff of all the characters I would want to see that I didn't get to include in this whole series. Hopefully this will be the final part though, so here are the last bit of characters I want to see in Marvel Rivals, Strategist Edition Part 2. Okay, now we're gonna try and slow down on this. First one I want to see is Vision. We already saw the leaks come out about a few months ago with the fact that Ultron's going to be coming into the game as a strategist. So I think it would also be pretty cool to have Vision there as well to kind of be the opposite end of that coin in the same class. Okay, this one's a little weird, but stick with me on this one as well. I want to see Anti-Venom. Now, I know that Anti-Venom is already a skin for the regular Venom that's in the Vanguard class, but Anti-Venom and Venom are not the same. Anti-Venom's whole thing is that he could drain radiation from anybody and also heal anyone he comes in contact to. But that also includes being able to drain the radiation from Spider-Man, which can make Spider-Man lose his powers. So I see him being able to heal but also do damage, so I'd put him in a strategist class for that reason. And for his ult, I think it'd be pretty cool if he had like a burst of symbiote that goes around to like allies that are in his circle, and they are able to get healing for like, I don't know, 5 seconds. Again, I know it's a long shot because I know Anti-Venom's already a skin for regular Venom, but I just want to see Anti-Venom done properly in something that isn't the comics or... yeah, pretty much just the comics. Okay, next one on the list, I want to see Ghost. Now, I know Ghost is a kind of a weird pick, but it's mainly because Thunderbolts is coming out, and I think that could be a good opportunity to drop the character around that same time frame. Like, I could see her having an ability where she could phase, so that way she doesn't get hit by enemies, or have her be able to phase through allies, so that way they can get health. And now that I'm looking at it, this would pretty much be a Kitty Pryde kind of character, wouldn't it? Okay, final one, I want to see Beast. I've seen a lot of people say that he should be a Vanguard, but honestly, I don't see it that way. He's not much of a tanky character in the comics. He's not like the Hulk or the Thing. He's very intelligent even in that form. So I would like to see him play kind of like how Invisible Woman does, where he can do a lot of damage blocked, but also still be able to heal as well. Okay, that's it. I'm done with this whole thing, unless you guys want another part, because I have a bunch more characters I can add, like Blue Marvel. Okay, so one thing that a lot of people don't know about me is the fact that I love doing voices in my free time. Like, I love learning how to do new voices. I love trying to realize certain things about voices that makes them unique. And one thing I've been seeing a lot of people do recently was trying to do some of the voice lines from Marvel Rivals with a bunch of the characters. So I thought today, fuck it, I guess I'll try and do the voice lines for all the male characters in the game. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna do great with all of them. Some of them I will mess up, but whatever one was your guys' favorite, let me know in the comments. And with that out of the way, let's get started.
I'm hulking out! Hulk smash!
What's a raccoon?
Ha 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 ha! This is real firepower! I never miss! The worst part about wearing white costumes? The bloodstains. Am I right? The moon haunts you! Fear Magneto! Armed and dangerous! Again! Berserker Rage! Your god is suffering. Your powers are mine! We are Venom! Behold the god of thunder, born again! Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man! This one's gonna be really hard. Legendary! I am Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot! Judge, jury, executioner! Maximum pulse! That was all the voice lines I could think of. Let me know what you guys think was your favorites. Oh god, I need water. Okay, so I put out a video a few days ago, and it was me basically doing a bunch of the voice impressions and voice lines from Marvel Rivals. And to say that that video blew up for my page is a vast understatement. Like, I think I got more engagement in that video across the past 2 days than I have on any of my videos over the past several months. So thank you guys for watching that and blowing that up. But after that, I realized there were a few voices that I either A, completely forgot about, or B, I didn't think I'd be able to pull off. But considering that one blew up, I thought I might as well get the rest of the characters out of the way. So if you do like this video, again, blow it up, because I want to do more voice acting stuff. Even though I'm not a professional voice actor, I would love to be one day. But with that out of the way, here are the rest of the voices from Marvel Rivals. Flame on! Supernova! Alright, take it easy there, Johnny. It's collaborate time! By the eye of Agamotto. Maybe next time you'll think twice of crossing the Sorcerer Supreme. Avengers, let's get a move on. Assemble! I am here to protect the sea, and that is all. That one was not great. I already know that one wasn't great. I'm sorry. I don't ever play Namor, okay? Tremble before Bast! And I think that is all of them. I'm not doing Mr. Fantastic because the only one I can do is his ult, and that one is going to be boring as fuck. And on top of that, I'm not great at that one. So thank you guys for watching this one. And if you guys want me to do more voice acting stuff, let me know. Like this, blow it up, comment down below some things you want me to do some voice lines from. Like whether it be movies, shows, cartoons, animes, like let me know, because I want to do more voices instead of just the stuff that I personally like or stuff I personally know. I want to expand a little bit. But with that, yeah, that's all the voice lines from Marvel Rivals. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and yeah.
What's the one thing that's not talked about enough when you are getting over being sick? They say being in the middle of being sick is the worst part. I think the worst part is actually towards the end when your nose is no longer running like Niagara Falls. However, your throat is so fucking everything is so fucking congested that it sounds like you've been chain smoking for 37 fucking years. Also, the amount of fuck this attitude you have towards everything because you don't have the energy to do anything you want to do. So because of that, I've been away for a few days, but now I'm back and now you guys are stuck with me. And I want to talk about how they released a lot of shit for Rivals yesterday because oh my god, this season's gearing up to be the best one hands down. First of all, Gambit looks fucking terrifying with the fact that he can heal, anti-heal, heal boost, fucking jump boost, do damage, and a bunch of other crazy shit. Based on how it looks, he is going to be a really competitive healer, which means he might be the best healer in competitive matches, and also the most banned character in competitive matches. Which sucks, but hey, what can you do? And also, Rogue looks really good too, but I am going to say this right now for the developers, you are never beating the allegations. Like, seriously? Never beating them. I'm saying this because we also got to look at a bunch of the skins that are going to be in the Battle Pass for Season 5, one of which is going to be Scarlet Witch. And yeah, even though it's a comic skin, you're not beating the allegations. Alright, now that's all out of the way, I want to talk about all the other shit they dropped when it came to matchmaking and a bunch of other shit. Now, I made a video months ago about how I believed they were lying about not having EOMM matchmaking at all in the game, and now that I'm looking back on that video, yeah, I was a little naive about that. They do not have EOMM matchmaking. It's just sometimes you get paired with a very shitty, random. That's not to say that they don't have problems with their matchmaking, but I will say that everyone's saying it's EOMM. It's just cope. You just had a bad teammate or you were the bad teammate. But the way they're trying to fix matchmaking, I think is really great. The fact they're adding placement-based matchmaking and also stopping the limit of how many people you can have stacked in a group up to Celestial. Based off the way it looks, you're going to be playing 10 competitive matches in the beginning of the next season, and depending on where your skill level is, that is the rank you're going to be put in. And also, you are allowed to have 2, 3, 4, and 6 players across all the ranks up to Celestial, which all around I think is great that they're doing, because the amount of times me and my friends wanted to play in competitive matches, but we were too high of a rank to play all playing together, it sucks. Also on top of that, their anniversary of the game's coming out, so they're dropping a bunch of new skins for free, and also on top of that, they are also giving everybody 2,500 credits to put towards any skin pack they want. They're also adding in 2 new game modes, one of which is an 18 vs 18 Conquest game mode, and they're also adding a game mode where you can be with 100 other players just relaxing because they saw how everyone was playing in Doom Match. Like I'm telling you, this is going to be Rivals' best season, hands down.